What's up, a Cinema Shogun here, and yesterday the news broke that Britney Spears' kids no longer want anything to do with her, largely due to all of her weird naked posts on Instagram, but also partially due to some weird things that transpired the last few times they went to visit her. But this little piece of information has the internet in an uproar. Everyone is upset. They are all attacking Kevin Federline for a recent interview that he did alongside Britney Spears' own kids, in which they reveal all of this information. But what I don't think a lot of people understand is this wasn't just Kevin Federline doing this interview. Britney's kids were a part of this interview as well, and they spoke for themselves when they said that they love their mother, but they don't want anything to do with her right now. They do not want to see her right now because they are embarrassed by how she has been acting. Now, in my personal opinion, they are doing this to try to convince their mom to dial it back a little bit. I believe that they probably want their mother to be more concerned about being a mother, to be more concerned about having an actual, normal, healthy family dynamic, as opposed to swaying side to side and posting naked selfies every day. But this has Sam majorly upset. He decided that he wants to defend Britney's honor, and he's poking his chest out, and he had something to say to Kevin Federline. But the reality here, folks, is that while Britney and Sam are both replying to this little bit of information, what everyone is doing right now, including Britney's fans, they are all ignoring how Britney's kids feel. I imagine Sam replying to this, and what Sam had to say right here, which I'm about to go over right now, has done nothing but drive a further wedge between Britney's kids and Britney. But let's see what Sam has to say. To clarify, my wife has never posted a nude selfie except of her butt. You already lost, Sam. To clarify, my wife has never posted a nude. Except that one time when she posted her butt cheeks spread wide open. Your wife, Britney, she posts nudes like all of the time. Sure, she's on Instagram, so she has to put like a little dot over her nipples, or a little flower over her vag, or maybe even a pear right down the middle of her butt crack. But that does not mean that we don't see her basically naked almost every single day, along with her kids, along with every single kid that goes to her kids' schools. Their life is in shambles right now because of Britney's actions, because she can't act like a grown, dignified woman for 2 seconds. She feels the need to try to get as much attention as she can and post all of these naked photos, or perhaps someone's doing it for her. Maybe it's Sam. Who knows? But I have already exposed the fact that that Sam is making money indirectly off of Britney's nudes. Every time Britney posts one of these nudes, Sam goes straight to his profile and he posts an ad to go ahead and try to seek as much revenue as he can, because he knows that people start flooding into his account once Britney posts something crazy. So of course he is defending the nude photos, because this is Sam's main source of income. But let's go forward. Allegedly. To clarify, my wife has never posted a nude selfie except of her butt, which is quite modest these days. All other posts were implied nudity, which can be seen in any ad for lotion or soap. So he's saying that Britney's naked posts are like soap or lotion ads. Name one soap or lotion ad that looks like this. Maybe we should make our own soap. Cinema Shogun soap. And then we'll spread our butt cheeks wide open and place the soap right in between it for our ad, because that's what Britney does. There is no validity to his statement regarding the kids distancing themselves, and it is irresponsible to make that statement publicly. Sorry, Sam. I hate to break it to you, but the kids actually took part in this interview as well. The kids, out of their own mouth, told the reporters that they don't want to be around Britney right now. Everyone wants to act as if this is Kevin Federline's words. That Kevin Federline just made all of this stuff up off the top of his head. As if it is so unfathomable. It is so hard to believe that some teenagers might not like their mom posting her titties on Instagram every other freaking day. Use your common sense, people. Do you want to see your mom doing this? Imagine being in high school. You're like 10th, 11th grade. You go to the lunchroom. Everyone's looking at you, kind of smiling. You don't know why. You get your lunch and you sit down, and it turns out that everyone's cracking up, looking at the latest picture of your mom's butthole that was posted on Instagram for 48 million people to see. Stop acting as if these kids don't have a right to feel embarrassed. You are doing more damage than you are helping. The fact that Sam felt like, I gotta say something here. Shut the hell up, Sam. Shut the hell up. You are not intimidating anyone. I will never take a guy seriously that took fake pictures in freaking football jerseys, acting like he was part of the NFL when he wasn't. All other posts were implied nudity, which can be seen in any ad for lotion or soap. There is no validity to a statement regarding the kids distancing themselves, and it is irresponsible to make that statement publicly, even though the kids made that statement. The boys are very smart and will be 18 soon to make their own decisions, and may eventually realize the tough part was having a father who hasn't worked much in over 15 years as a role model. You know what? I'm trying to be nice here, but do you think that Britney has been a great role model? I don't think so. At the end of the day, folks, we can nitpick at these people's lives as much as we want. And I'm not here to try to crap on Britney, and I'm not here to try to make K-Fed look better. K-Fed raised these kids for 15 or 16 years. Kevin Federline has been a part of their daily life. He has been the real parent here. Okay? Let's not ignore that fact. And from the looks of it, these kids look healthy and they look happy and they look more down to earth than the average celebrity kid. Maybe it was a good thing that they were separated from all of this madness and he tried to keep them out of the limelight for so long. I'm not sitting here saying that I want my kids to look up to Kevin Federline. But at the end of the day, from what I can see, it looks like he's been a better parent than Britney. It looks like he's been there raising their kids every step of the way. And yeah, I understand that Britney was taken away from her kids to a certain extent. But Britney's free now, right? That's what everyone says. Britney's free now, right? Well, why hasn't Britney attempted to make things better with her kids instead of being naked every day on Instagram? Britney's free now, right? She should be concerned about her kids and not her butt crack being posted online. The boys are very smart now and will be 18 soon. Okay, I think the fact that the boys are 15 and 16 years old, they're old enough to know. I mean, they're not 18 yet. Okay, cool. It's not like they're going to turn 18 and just be like, oh, you know what? Maybe I was wrong. Maybe I like seeing my mom naked. No, I don't think that's going to happen. Okay? They're smart enough to know what's going on right now already. And I would believe that a large reason why they don't want anything to do with their mom is probably because they don't want to have anything to do with Sam. But to call Kevin Federline a bad role model when he's the one that has been raising your wife's kids, he's been doing your wife's job, I think that's extremely harsh and out of touch with the actual reality. Kevin's gravy train will end soon, which probably explains the timing of these hurtful statements. I will never sit here and deny that Kevin Federline was probably an opportunist an opportunist that hopped on the gravy train, realizing he could get money from Britney. I'm not going to sit here and deny that. But Sam is the same. In fact, I'll go so far as to say Sam is even worse than K-Fed, in my opinion. At the very least, we know that Kevin Federline went on to raise Britney's kids. He didn't run off and become an addict and didn't care about his kids. He raised his children. He raised Britney's kids, and they seem to be doing just fine. And if you love Britney, you should love that her kids are doing okay. If you really are a fan of Britney, be a fan of the fact that her kids had a somewhat of a normal upbringing throughout all of this craziness, and they seem to have a good head on their shoulders. You should be happy about that. And a lot of that is due to Kevin Federline. It's not due to Britney. Let's just be honest. So him talking about, oh, Kevin's gravy train is coming to an end soon. I said this in my last video. I'm going to say it again here. I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, K-Fed's not a gold digger or whatever people might want to call him. But I'm not going to publicly shame Kevin Federline for getting child support. Britney should have supported her kids. So what's happening right now is everyone is demonizing Kevin Federline, and they're acting like he's the villain of this story because Britney had to pay to take care of her own children. Britney should have paid all of that money, and Britney should be investing more time in being their mother. So instead of looking at it like, oh, this is Kevin's gravy train, look at it like, oh, this is Britney paying for her kids to live like she should be. And when you're a star, when you got as much money as Britney, you're going to be paying a hell of a lot more than your average person. There are so many men out there paying money, paying child support to random women and gold diggers out there. It happens all of the time. I don't hear anything about that. But everyone wants to crap on Kevin Federline because Britney had to support her own kids. I'm just putting it out there. But talking about a gravy train. Sam, you are living in this woman's house. You are driving this woman's car. You are living off of Britney literally, and you're talking about someone else being on the gravy train. You're just mad that some of Britney's money isn't going to you, Sam. So this is so disingenuous, talking about Kevin Federline getting money when you are sucking Britney dry of everything she has currently. I do not know him personally. Red flag. Why don't you know the father of Britney's kids personally? You so-called, it was put out there. People want you to believe that Sam and Britney's kids have a good relationship, and those are the same people that literally are reporting to you. They just reported to you all a couple of weeks ago, a couple of days ago. I see it all the time, that Britney has a great relationship with her kids and everything's going great behind the scenes, when in reality it's not, from her own kid's mouth. And he doesn't know Kevin Federline personally. And that shows you the dynamic between these two families and the co-parenting dynamic. He should have met Kevin Federline already. You understand what I'm saying? You are the new man in the house, or in Britney's house. And if I'm the father of these kids, I'm going to want to meet the people who are going to be around my kids. So the fact that he hasn't even met Kevin Federline and doesn't know him personally, that should be a red flag to everyone. It shows you that their dynamic. I do not know him personally, and I have nothing against him aside from him choosing to vilify my wife. Kind of like Britney vilifies everyone in her life all the time on Instagram. His character is revealed by approval of the cruel 13-year conservatorship, and his loyalty to Jamie indicates his approval at the time of its conception as well. Now, I do not agree with him and his approval of the conservatorship, but I'm not going to sit here and pretend like Sam didn't come in during the conservatorship. And the fact that Jamie okayed that lets you know that Sam is in this as well. So Sam is very much guilty of everything that he's also accusing Jamie of. Things that are now considered normal issues and behavior easily dealt with therapy or other ways were magnified to justify a 13-year prison sentence. Anyone approving it is wrong or benefiting from it somehow. I will not comment on this matter again, except to say that I have a job. So he's trying to flex. I have a job. I am an extra on movies. You want to know what, guys? Hint. Psst, psst. I was just an extra on a movie just like Sam not too long ago. I can't talk about it yet. I might not even wind up in the final cut. I made like $200. Sam isn't getting a lot of money from these little BS roles. At the most, Sam might be making a few $1,000s to appear in these straight-to-DVD movies that he's making. He doesn't get a lot of money. And he's getting these roles because he's attached to Britney. Okay? Everyone thinks that Sam's doing this, Sam's doing that. No. Sam is making money off of running random ads on his Instagram profile. He runs these ads after Britney posts naked selfies, and then people go over and they see these ads, and then Sam gets paid from how many people look at these ads. Okay? So if Sam's getting all of this money, surely he wouldn't be finding a way to benefit off of Britney's downfall. Then he goes on to say, I wish him the best and hope he has a more positive outlook and the future benefit of all involved. But for now, keep my wife's name out your mouth. I'm sorry, but Sam does not come across as intimidating in the least bit. As you could tell that he's trying to take a page out of Will Smith's playbook with that last comment. But he's coming at Sam. Sam is coming at K-Fed when in reality, it's not really K-Fed making these comments. It's Britney's kids. K-Fed basically just explained further how his kids probably feel. You could read over the whole article. He never says anything bad about Britney. All he does is talk about his family dynamic, how they try to keep all of the, craziness outside of his household, and that his kids feel kind of weird about it right now. He even says that he tries to express to his kids that maybe this is your mother just, trying to express herself. But they don't want any part of it. They're fed up. They're not only fed up by the naked post, they're fed up by Britney constantly, airing out family drama all on Instagram. And that's another thing that I want to touch on before I end this video. Everyone is attacking Kevin Federline because they're acting as if like, oh, this should be personal family information. How dare you put this in the public? How dare you bring this to the public eye? And I understand that if this was a one-off situation and, Britney was a normal person that we never heard anything from and someone just brought out all of this family information, I would be totally against it. But Britney Spears airs out family information constantly. Almost every day of the week, she is on Instagram dragging someone within her family. She recently just dragged Kevin Federline for no apparent reason. Like, as far as I know, the dude is just chilling, raising Britney's kids for her because she can't do it herself. And she's on Instagram talking crap about him. So, when you put that type of energy out in the universe, don't be surprised when that energy comes back towards you. Britney puts out a lot of negative energy out into the universe. I'm not saying that Britney is wrong for what she says about her family. I'm saying it's wrong sometimes to blare or to just put all of that out right on the internet for everyone to see. That could be personal family information that she could keep to herself or between her and her family. But she chooses to air it out online. And now these people are coming back with the same energy. So when you put that energy out into the universe, you should expect to receive that same energy in return. So I don't see how we could be all upset at Kevin Federline for putting family information out there to the public when Britney has already put all of her family information out there in the public. This just seems like a normal thing to me at this point in Britney's life. But I understand why people could be like, oh, this is personal, this is family. But you should have that same energy for Britney when she airs out all of her dirty laundry on Instagram 24/7. As far as Sam goes, I don't take anything he says seriously, because he's literally here trying to... He's a succubus. He's trying to suck Britney dry of everything that he can. I don't believe that there's real love in that relationship. I believe he's using Britney. And I think it's funny that he even has anything to say here, because this article and this interview is really about Britney's kids' feelings, yet he chose to address Sam. And when he did that, he totally ignored Britney's own kids' feelings. And I can guarantee you all, this didn't help anything. It just furthered the divide between Britney and her kids, because no 15 and 16-year-old is going to appreciate some random dude talking crap about their father, especially if they're in a close relationship with their father. Britney's kids are not close to Britney, but they are damn sure close to Kevin Federline. And if they see Britney's new little boy toy, who isn't that much older than them, talking crap about their father online, it's only going to further the divide, and that's what's happening right here, folks. I want to know your thoughts, though, down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell, and I'll talk to you all in the next video.